Hey guys, John and Tim with Teays River Bushlore, and of course we got Cheyenne with us today. We've stopped here, build a little fire, and just shoot this video real quick. We've been out here camping all week, and we really didn't get a whole lot of video done because we've been having fun doing too many other things. So, like fishing, and man, we caught a mess of trout. We got 2 coolers full of trout. It's crazy, but. We'll show you a couple of knives that we got, real pretty knives. Tim's got one that I've really been eyeballing. It's the Deer Creek Wilderness Outfitters Bushlore. What has that got on the handles there for the scales, Tim?
That's curly maple.
It is absolutely beautiful. Made out of 1095 high carbon steel, great filling knife, nice drop point, Scandi grind. What is that, about an 1/8 inch thick?
1/8 inch thick.
Just about perfect for a bush knife.
That knife was made by Clinton Armstrong out of Indiana.
When it comes right out of the box, if you just lay your finger on it, you're going to bust your skin wide open.
Yeah.
It's that sharp.
That's quickly become my go-to knife. I really like that knife. I love the feel of it.
I picked up this little knife here from Clinton right before we came up here. It's called the Deer Creek Fawn. It's a nice little blade. I did a paracord wrap on it for a handle, and I did a little modification and put a chowl at the end of the blade there, just because it was flared out and I couldn't get my stone in there, and to get a good edge on it. But it did come razor sharp, but I soon took care of that. 1095 is a good steel. 1075 is a good steel. Y'all can say it's too soft or whatever you want, but it works just fine out here in the bush for what we do. I figured this would be a good little skinning trapline knife, maybe. Good small chore camp knife, but it fits good. It feels good in the hand with a paracord wrap on it. You can get right up in there on the blade. You got a lot of control with it. It feather sticks quite nicely for a little knife. I made this little pouch for it so I can piggyback it on some of my other Kydex rigs that I have.
And you can see those curls on that. When you cut it, all you have to do is just let the knife do the work and just barely roll it down the stick.
Yeah, you're just floating the blade.
Yeah.
You're hardly even putting any pressure behind it. We thought while we were sitting here, we'd give a little shout out to Clinton Armstrong, Deer Creek Wilderness Outfitters. Makes a great knife. He sells some other things too. I don't know if he's still doing the oilskin tarps.
I think he stopped on the oilskin.
Yeah, he may have stopped on. He may have a few left. But, he had some really good deals going on those for a while.
You can get these knives with a lot of different scales. He uses a lot of box elder that he dyes different colors. Absolutely beautiful. He puts micarta on some. I like that curly maple. I mean, when the sun hits that, you can see the striping in it. It just looks deep. I mean, it just glows. Absolutely beautiful knife.
How's the spine on that, Tim? Is it a sharpened spine?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got a good 90-degree edge on it. You can get some fluff for some tender. You can really tell he puts a lot of time and effort and heart into his fit and finish. There, you pick up one of his knives and it just feels like it was made for you. At least it does for me anyway, and that's why I want one of those so bad.
The next knife I get from him, he makes a beautiful Kephart knife.
Kephart's my favorite style.
Mine too. And I was leaning towards the box elder, but I might get me a Kephart to match this one with the curly maple, because I really like it.
We're filming here and you're talking over us. You want to come here and show your knife?
We've really had a good time up here. We took Cheyenne down to Spruce Knob Lake the other day. She caught 2 big nice trout. Me and Michael caught a stringer full of trout. We caught 3 trout yesterday. All of them would have went over 3 pounds, don't you say, John?
Yeah, every bit of it.
Maybe John can get some of those pictures in some of our video and let you see some of the fish we caught. We've just had a wonderful time up here. Some of the most beautiful woods I think I've ever been in. I'll show them your knife, honey.
I have to
Scoot on over
You
here.
have to move this. Oh yeah, we found some old horsehoof fungus, which is really good for making fire tinder. It usually grows on birch trees for the most part, but you can see how it looks like a horse's hoof. And inside here, when you break that apart, I mean, you need to take the outer layer off of it, which is fairly hard right now, and get the orange out of the middle if there's still any left. This is an old piece. You can see where it's real dark and stuff. But we're a little bit past the season up here for in mid-October for fungus hunting, which is usually best early September. And this makes really good fire tinder for catching embers and getting your fires. Got to be rendered down and boiled. Good stuff. If you know where to find it, let's just look for your birch bark. And you can see how your birch bark grows horizontal as opposed to vertical. And that's also a great fire starter too. So you got a fire starter growing on a fire starter, and you can just take your knife and just cut that down the side and just peel that off like that. That right there is good fire tinder, and also makes you can render it down and make an oil out of the inner bark, which will keep mosquitoes away, and it's good for skin ailments like rashes and bug bites and such. And it's got a pungent odor to it, but it will keep bugs away.
There's something else you can use that for. I'm saying you can make pouches out of that.
Yeah.
Cut the bark, strip it, and sew it together.
Oh yeah, birch bark,
nice.
It'll last for a long time. Wood in here. Look at that. Dry that out, and that's really good for catching an ember once it's dry. I mean, this is wet where we found it on the ground, but that's good stuff right there.
John got a video. We made our fire with flint and steel, and show you something we've found plenty of up here that we've picked up in the little streams up here, and that's got quartzite rock embedded in it, and that's what I struck the char cloth with.
What kind of knife are you carrying, Cheyenne? Let's see here. That's a Condor Mini Bushlore, and you can see it's very well used. Dirty right now. Made by it's a German company.
Yeah, German company
That moved to El Salvador.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe that's right. But you can see it says El Salvador on it. But good little knife, full tang, 1075 high carbon steel, good walnut handles, scales, and for a small knife, it feels really good in the hand, and just perfect for Cheyenne to use. And she's been doing all kinds of feather sticking and carving, making just little girl crafts that people do in the woods. This is our turkey feather that she found, and a crow feather, so her Indian name is Gobble Crow.
Indian princess.
And that's about all we have right now, and maybe we'll do some more videos later on today. I think today's our last day, so we might shoot another video, we may not. We're just having too much fun to worry too much about it, but we thought we'd stop and take this time to talk to you and show you a few things that we found out here while hiking around Monongahela.
And Clinton has a website. Maybe John can put up a link to it.
I absolutely can.
Deer Creek Wilderness Outfitters.
We'll also tag him
Yeah, and
in the description.
You can go on there and look at his knives, and he makes some blanket pins also that he forges. Really nice work on those. You can find Clinton on Facebook, and also go to his website, Deer Creek Wilderness Outfitters. Tell him Tim and John sent you.
Teays River Bushlore. Like, subscribe, comment, and we'll catch you later. Thanks for watching.